The Talking Pot, narrated by Elder Kofi of Doma Village. I remember the year the pot spoke. It was the season when the baobab trees were heavy with fruit, and the harmattan winds had just begun whispering through our village. My name is Kofi, and I was already an old man then. But I remember it like yesterday. There lived in our village a widow named Amma. She lived in a small mud house on the edge of Doma, near the yam fields. Amma was not wealthy, but she was honest, hardworking, and kind to everyone, even the goats. She had a daughter, Adwoa, who had just turned 12 and could pound fufu better than most grown women. Amma made her living by making clay pots, the way her mother and grandmother did. Every morning she would walk down to the red clay pit near the river, collect clay in her calabash, and sit under the shade of a mango tree to mold her pots. She sang while she worked. Her voice, soft and steady, often drew birds to perch nearby. One day, while digging for clay, she found something strange, a lump of clay that shimmered faintly in the sun. It was warm to the touch and smelled faintly of kola nuts. Amma hesitated, but took it home, thinking perhaps it would make a fine pot. She shaped it carefully, whispering a prayer to the spirits of the earth as she molded it. When she fired it in her kiln, the flames rose high, higher than she had ever seen. But the pot came out whole and smooth, with patterns on its surface that she had not carved. They looked like tiny waves and eyes. That night, as the crickets sang and the moon climbed high, the pot spoke. "Amma," it said, in a voice low and musical, "I am not an ordinary pot. I have seen many things. I speak only the truth." Amma nearly dropped her calabash in shock, but the pot continued, gently. "Use me wisely. I can help the people, but only if they are ready to hear the truth." She told no one, not at first, but news travels faster than a chicken's feet in Doma. When her neighbor Essie came by and asked about the beautiful pot, the pot replied, "Essie steals yams from the field when no one watches." Essie fled in shame. Soon, everyone in the village wanted to see the talking pot. Some came with fear, others with hope. Children tried to ask it riddles, men brought disputes for it to solve. The pot never lied. Then, one day, the chief, Nanakwabena, came. He was a proud man, known for his fine robes and golden bracelets, but some whispered that his wealth had grown while the village stayed poor. He sat before the pot and said, "Tell the people of Doma, am I a just leader?" The pot was silent for a long moment. Then it said, "You take grain meant for the hungry and sell it to outsiders. You punish the weak and reward your friends. You are not just." Gasps filled the air. The chief's face turned ashen. He stood, trembling with anger. "This pot is cursed," he cried. "It lies." He ordered it to be broken. The villagers protested. Children cried. Old mothers clutched their beads. But the chief would not listen. Soldiers came at night and smashed the pot into pieces. The next morning, Amma found the shards scattered near her hut. She wept, not just for the pot, but for what had been lost. But something changed in Doma after that. People began to speak more openly. Secrets, once buried, surfaced like frogs after rain. The chief fell ill and left the village. A new chief was chosen, one who walked among the people barefoot and shared his yam harvest. And Amma? She still made pots. None of them talked again, but when the wind rustled through the mango trees, you could almost hear a whisper. "Speak the truth. Always." That, my children, is the story of the pot that spoke.